From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Hey there, the name's Nukem, Duke Nukem, and you're watching the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. For some unknown reason, enjoy.
By the way, Susie, did you
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. We have a full house tonight, but I'm not Bob Saget, and you don't see... But God, I forgot their actual names. So I'm just gonna shut up. There you go. That's. Thank you. Appreciate that one. But what's up, everybody? We're back from ConnectiCon, and we basically have literally 2 episodes in one for all of you tonight. Our first part of the episode, we're going to be talking about ConnectiCon 20 that just happened this past weekend. A lot of shit happened. A lot of fun shit happened. And we had a lot of people in our group that decided to cosplay, and boy, did all those come out mint. Very, very mint. Very good. As Will's doing the robot. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of ConnectiCon, let's go round robin and let's meet our nerds for the evening.
You want to start with the meat stick behind me?
We could definitely start with the meat stick behind you.
Bingo! We don't need to know your pet name for him.
Jesus.
No, that's the safe word.
Fuck you, Bob!
Oh my god.
I thought the safe word was HR.
I'll burn you.
I thought the safe word was
Safe
meat.
word was...
I'll burn you.
I thought the
safe
safe word was meatloaf because you do so many things for love, but you wouldn't do that. Sorry. It was
On my car, so thank you for that.
What would you do?
Let's go over to the other side of me. It's Mr. Rob. What's up, Rob?
Hello. Doing good.
How's your post-con life going?
Been kind of crap. I had to dig a ditch, then dig it deeper, then fill it back in. I'm tired.
I know you're Italian, but you really shouldn't be telling us that. We're accomplices now.
I didn't say what went in the ditch.
Also, there was no mention of concrete shoes.
That's also true. Yeah, but then they usually go into the lab, and I'm gonna stop there.
It's not like I have a convenient body of water right next to me.
You do, though.
I will address that in a second, Susie. Bite me, by the way. Returning to the show, our artist, our friend, and apparently a Scarlet Witch. What's up, Carly?
Hi.
Nekuso?
I was Nezuko,
Nezuko.
and Shinobu Kocho.
So
I probably butchered those names, but I cosplayed as Demon Slayer characters. They were very casual cosplays, but my prime, spent a lot of money doing cosplay with Scarlet Witch.
And let's go over to the other one that hasn't been here in a very long time. What's up, Paul? He doesn't hate us. We just don't talk about anything he wants to actually fucking talk about.
I wouldn't say that.
That sounds like a person.
I would just say I really have nothing to input.
You usually input the HDMI into... Oh, I'm sorry, HDMI into the computer.
No. I
you
input
just-
DisplayPort.
Well, all right. Well, that took a horrible turn down Cracker Barrel Alley. And yes, Susie, thanks for the Wheezy background there. You don't just block out your... Will, turn around. So
I'm
for
so
all
confused.
for all the people that
Every
don't
now and
know
then I
why
go
she's
with
doing that,
the
I had
crowd.
no voice all day Sunday basically. It was
So this
glorious.
decided to attend ConnectiCon's death match, which involves a lot of screaming, a lot
Yes.
of yelling.
Match.
It is an amazing event that I definitely recommend everybody go to. Not my cup of tea, but highly recommend for those that like those kind of events. But yeah, he had no voice Sunday, and I made the comment that if he didn't have a voice come Thursday, it was going to be way worse for him.
I think it was going to be way worse for me anyway.
So
Thank you very
this
much.
This is my subtle thing for him, because I called him Wheezy all day Sunday.
So, we're going to be talking about parts of Con, and while we're talking about parts of Con, we will be flashing some of the wonderful images of our group and other people, basically throughout the weekend. We're going to start with the person in the back. Will, what was your favorite part of Con, and what are you looking forward to heading to next year?
So my favorite part is always my panel.
What was your panel?
Kamen Rider.
I'm sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear that.
Kamen Rider, you hoe!
Okay.
He means introduction to Kamen Rider.
Who did you have on this
Call him
panel?
a hoe.
Who was on the
I'm
panel?
not having the panel. I'm not running the panel here.
No, but we're asking you questions about it because our viewers don't know. So who was on the panel?
That.
Oh, Rob wasn't on the panel?
Oh, Rob
Yeah.
was on the panel.
Hi, I'm right here.
Officially.
Yeah,
Rob on the sheet.
your Kamen Rider panel is one of my favorite parts of Con. Not just because I'm currently watching it with you guys, because I have so much more to look forward to.
Rider time.
I'm so excited for Saber.
All right, let's jump over to Susie. Favorite part of Con? What are you looking forward to next year?
Duke Nukem.
Again? Yes. Yep.
They made friends with John St. John at the con. I had to run my panel while they were making friendship.
Hold on. We also made friends with Highlander.
Which, he might
don't know
actually be watching. He's the bald-looking fucker that looks just like me.
Which
I
is
don't know who
why we
that
made
is.
friends with him.
It was great.
He hasn't seen the pictures.
Oh, well, picture me, just probably better looking, skinnier, and has a Scottish accent.
Because he's from Scotland.
Yeah, pretty much in a nutshell.
But yeah, I think I'm looking forward to more John St. John and maybe running my own panel next year.
Ooh! Any idea what it might be?
I haven't quite decided yet. I'm bouncing ideas in my head.
Doing,
Hold on, I got
There's
it.
a lot of interesting panels
doing.
this year, but I realized how much I actually know and would like to impart my wisdom on the general populace.
I know exactly what panel you're talking about.
Hold on, I have a title for you. A Bitch's Guide to the Galaxy.
No,
That's actually good though.
That's
but completely
I mean,
inappropriate.
I've already put in my panel requests already, because when they were sending out the comp emails, the guy who runs, like, who's in charge of panels was like, "Oh, look, here's this link. How the heck did this get here? Oh, well, I guess I gotta leave it here." It's literally what the email said.
so. Let's go over to Rob, who was also on that Introduction to Kamen Rider panel. Rob, what was your favorite part, and what are you looking forward to?
If you do
Well-
not tell this story, though,
What, I don't tell the story?
No,
Tell
tell
the
the story.
tell the
Okay,
story.
well, first off, I was also in cosplay, but you never got a picture of it.
Technically, we did.
Did you?
Oh,
Okay.
It's in that big group photo.
you were
From,
you were Naruto.
No, I was a Naruto, just a regular ninja.
Yeah, he
Wait,
was like a Jones.
I've never seen the show, so anything with that headband immediately in my head goes, "Hey, that's Naruto."
I was a Leaf Chunin who bites it in the Fourth Ninja War. Just generic tuning number dead.
So you reminded me a lot of Asuma.
So
I want to cosplay Asuma, but I don't have the sash on the for the bottom. So
Do
for
it
now,
for next year.
I'm just a tuning Asuma fanboy.
So that was 100% gibberish to me, but continue, Rob.
All right, and my favorite story was in the middle of well, actually towards the end of con. It was Saturday night, I believe.
Yeah,
It was Saturday night.
Saturday night, me and Mikey went out to a panel, and it was a good panel. It was a Digimon panel. We met the voice actors for Kari and Matt from the new series.
I was with you.
Oh, right. Who was the other two?
Oh, the voice of Edamon and Myotismon from Original Adventure,
Yes.
as well as he directed some of Adventure. And then the other woman was a bunch of miscellaneous voices like Sora's mom, Yoli's mom, a bunch of
moms.
voices. She wasn't any like major voice.
Yeah. So right after that panel, there was a panel in that same room. Me and Mikey stayed over there, and the guy never showed up, which is hilarious because it was the Lost Media panel. I need to talk to Susie because I want to run that panel now, because what happened was the guy who ran the convention came in and said, okay, since it's been 10 minutes, 1/6 of the panel's time has passed, make an executive decision, it's not happening, and I'm going to have 4 random people just go up and do the panel. And I was the first one up along with 3 other people. And I shilled hard this podcast for like 10 minutes. And then we did the panel, Lost Media Throughout the Ages.
So
Fun fact, I actually read when I was doing the my panel applications yesterday, I actually read like the last page where it has something that is actually in the form that you have to agree to, that if you don't show up for your panel, it will just get handed over to other people, and then you won't get credit and stuff like that. It's like it actually in the form.
Yeah,
Good.
It's been for ConnectiCon for a couple of years now, because when I submitted Will's first panel, it was in there.
The best part about this was Will didn't put me down on the Common Writer panel as a panelist, so I didn't get the reimbursement. However, because I was
and I forgot.
Because I was in this impromptu panelist, they reimbursed me.
There you go.
So I got my ticket back. Regardless. So yay! Thank you, Nathan. And it was also a rigmarole because I had to get Paul down there to do it. And I forgot that he and my brother had the same name. So I called the wrong person, and for like a minute I'm talking. It's like, all right, you remember when you bought me the ticket? So I need you to come over here and reimburse the ticket. It's like, Rob, what the hell are you talking about? You're not Paul. Wrong Paul. Click. I still haven't explained to him by the way what happened. He's literally 2 doors down to me. I could do that right now. I still have not done that.
You know how many times I've done that? And they don't have the same name? Oh, God. Well, Rob, what real fast is Lost Media?
Lost Media is like a form of media that has been made, distributed somewhat so people have experienced it, and then it's been either destroyed or has gone missing. One of the biggest examples I can give you is
Song of the South?
No, you can still watch Song of the South. Lost Media is something like the first 3, well, more like the first 2 Doctors from Doctor Who. You can't watch any of their content.
Really?
The BBC burned all that footage and then overwrote the audio to some of them. So you can't even listen to some of them. So those are TV episodes that you can no longer watch because they were made so long ago that no one had recording devices to record the TV episodes.
I wonder why. That's
another big one is the deletion of Flash.
Like,
So without Flash, a lot of those Flash games are now gone. You can't play them. They're lost media.
oh shit.
Oh, that Flash.
Yeah, Adobe Flash. So we went into a whole panel about stuff like that.
All right, let's go over to Paul. Actually, no, screw that. We're saving Paul for last. Carly, favorite part of con, and are you coming back next year?
She absolutely is, or I'm going to drag her down from Maine. She's
So
already not staying in my room next year, so she better be freaking coming.
Okay. That sounded violent.
It is violent.
it's our relationship.
Fair.
It's fine. So I am coming back to con. I already bought my ticket thanks to the awesome and also frenemy Paul.
Take offense to that.
No, you don't. You. And so just so I could get the ticket in time is all. But and then I already have cosplays planned, so look forward to that. Doing some of my friends from Massachusetts are we're doing a group cosplay of all the different kaiju. I'll be Mothra. Trying to convince one of my friends to be Mecha, and my other friend is being the evil version of Mothra, which is Batra. So look forward to that. My favorite part, it's very hard. One of the craziest, I won't say it's my favorite, but it was definitely shocking, was the Eat the Rotisserie Chicken panel. Just the amount of people that showed up for it, and they pretty much just saw him eat a rotisserie chicken and drink Sprite, and it was the most wild panel I've ever seen in my life. So
Like crazy. Like I watched some of that live stream. These people went insane over this man chicken.
it was insane. I actually ended up leaving early because I'm like, this is dumb. So but it was packed in there. But my absolute favorite part was it had to be the Ishiro Honda panel. I found out a lot of things. I found out actually there were two different directors that worked side to side together with Toho in doing the Godzilla the movies, and I actually missed the first panel because it wasn't advertised. So it was I saw the second part to the original panel, so it was cool.
Pretty cool.
AJ, you good?
Apparently, I accidentally hit the mute button.
I would like to add something to my favorite thing to do, favorite thing at con before we had Paul go.
Yeah.
We're just not giving Paul a chance like at all here.
Family dinner.
Family dinner.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm hungry now. Thanks. Appreciate that.
I'm still dreaming about that garlic bread. Oh my god.
I don't know why, but like the morning after when I got home, I blasted the bathroom. I don't know what that dinner did to me.
It cleaned you out, that's what it did.
Oh yeah, I discovered the magical power of levitation.
You have a nuclear program better than North Korea.
Don't you have a thing against dairy? Did you have any of the garlic bread? Because 90% of that was dairy.
Oh, I had all the garlic bread.
Yep,
And I
so
also
that
had
would
penne
be why.
alla vodka, which is a cream sauce.
Bruh.
I have no fear.
Yes.
He really doesn't. I will not tell you what he ate one con, and
I had a Philly
let's put it this
cheesesteak.
way: we kept one bathroom clear.
Kamikaze.
It was awful.
All right, Paul.
Will.
All right,
It's the best burger.
Paul. Favorite part of con, and what are you looking forward to next year?
Favorite part, which, as you know, I don't do favorites, but
Oh, you definitely do tonight.
yes. Us all getting to hang out with John St. John, and by a very small margin, it beats out meeting Highlander. It would
Dude,
be a very close second favorite thing in the weekend.
I wish you guys can see it, but I have goosebumps right now. But what are you looking forward to next year?
I'm not sure because I usually don't think about what's going on for the weekend until I actually get to see the schedule.
Okay, that does make sense. So, as you guys saw in the open of today's episode, John St. John was nice enough to make us a couple videos. I'm not saying that I had to beg, which I didn't, but he was very nice enough to do it. He's given us a hell of a shout out. Susie had to do a little doctoring to get up all the screaming people from the wrestling match behind us. But holy shit. Holy absolute shit. I think next I have to get with Highlander to get one with him because he was... Like, John St. John. We know who he is. Duke Nukem, Biggs the Cat. Did I say that right?
Big cat.
Yeah, okay. But predominantly Duke Nukem. Awesome dude. Didn't have to give us the time. Didn't have to come sit at our table in the L bar. Didn't have to. Does. Sits at the table. Eats probably the worst looking pizza slice that I've ever seen in my life. And just chills with us for, Paul, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, like 2-3 hours. Yeah.
This was at like 1 or 2 in the morning too.
Yes. And, outside of that, you have Michael McCarroll, who's Highlander VO on basically everything. Phenomenal dude. Literally looks like me. Just, has a Scottish accent. Little, skinnier because,
European you.
Yeah.
Better looking.
Euro you.
Euro. But no, it's amazing because you put these people in such a... I don't want to say pedestal, but they're so up here, but you have to get knocked back down that they're people too, and these two people outside of the people that they had with them, Mark, and I'm really sucking at this guy's last name, they were all very personable. They didn't have to give us their time the way they did, and they were just awesome.
It's one of the things that I love about the conventions is because they're so... You meet people that are so down to earth. I mean, I got a chance to talk to the voice actress who does Tiki from Miraculous. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Okay, because I brain farted on the name for a second. And we had an entire conversation about her dress and what her dress meant to her, and it was awesome to get to that level. And she was talking to me about her movie. So she was they were promoting things, but they weren't like, in your, like, smashing it in your face. They were just asking questions about, hey, why do you like this? Why do you like that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she found out that I've only seen like the first season of Miraculous. I haven't seen anything further. And she's like, you need to watch the movie. It has nothing to do with anything. No, there is nothing with the storyline in this movie.
It's complete original storyline, and it will start and end with this movie. There won't
no
be
shit.
Yeah.
But
so
it's
like that
alternate timeline.
But and I've had this experience with when I met Karen Ashley, who is the Yellow Ranger. I've met some of the cast from Shadowhunters. Like, I have met so many people, and they've all been like straight up, down to earth.
Yeah.
They'll stand there and talk to you for a few seconds. I think most of, unfortunately, I think the only one who's going to know who this is probably Rob. Is I got to meet George Takei and Nichelle Nichols.
I know who one of those names are.
What?
And one of my favorite autograph that I ever got is Nichelle Nichols.
George Takei.
And being able to sit there and talk, like, I stood there and I talked to her, and it was phenomenal. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. It's still crazy because with everything, it's almost been a week, and this is what's really getting me. Tuesday night after getting home after a crappy day, I just see that Highlander's on Twitch, and I was like, he's got a Twitch? So I jump on it. I'm fucking with him and his whole chat. We're having a blast. And then I just shared it, and Paul's like, AJ, it's this word. Try this word. Try that word. And it's amazing because I even slipped him a business card definitely slip John St. John a business card. But I want Highlander on an episode because mostly for the fact of he's a voiceover artist. And while he can't talk about a lot of things, he can definitely give us hints about a lot of things that he's going to have down the
Fine.
pipeline, and he's just so much fun to talk to. Like, Paul had John St. John, and I had Highlander.
I said he was a very close second for a reason.
But they're cool people. Outside of all the shit that they do, they're cool people. And
I will say this isn't something you can normally get at some of the larger conventions like Comic-Con or stuff like that, because they have to like stay away from the fans because there's thousands of them at those conventions. Stuff like ConnectiCon and Anime Boston, the conventions are so much smaller, they can be more personable.
Well, we went to Carly can actually vouch for this one. We went to Rhode Island Comic Con. And I'd have to say it's a similar experience to ConnectiCon. There's vastly more people.
Yeah, especially I met Elijah Wood, and aka my future husband that he doesn't know about. It's fine. The line to meet Elijah Wood was wrapping the building a few times. Like, it was crazy.
And even then, they took the time to talk to you. They were very personable. Like, you could see that they were down to earth. Carly and I got our pictures taken with John Barrowman. I will think of the rest of their names in like 12 minutes.
When we're already done.
And we literally, there was no pose designed. All of a sudden, I feel an elbow on top of my head, and it was a fun picture. But we got
Paul,
to talk
I needed this like a while ago. Fuck.
Nice job. So like I think it's just picking and choosing. I would not recommend San Diego Comic-Con because that's like one of the biggest.
San Diego and New York.
The biggest.
It's when
Yes.
all of the
New York is close to being as big as San Diego.
I'd like to do them at least once just to say I did them.
Comic-Cons. Like, the first story trailer for Spider-Man got revealed at San Diego.
Most of them get revealed at San Diego, not New York. New York is just huge.
Yeah.
I personally want to go to San Diego because Junji Ito, he was at that one, so I'm like,
I'd like to go to them at least once to say I went there, even if it's, not covering ND&T. You know damn well I'm still covering ND&T. As I'm surprised I didn't get shit from Susie for AJ. You're supposed to be on vacation. What are you doing? And I'm like, business card. Jess,
I was doing it too.
For me was the fact that when you told me that the only shirts you now own are Nerds Doing Nerd Thing shirts.
And T-Turtle.
Yeah, that's not what you told me though.
You know I had T-Turtle.
I'm aware. But the entire time we were at the convention, he
Turtle.
wore Nerds Doing Nerd Thing shirts, which was fine. I loved the fact he was promoting. He gave me shit because I wasn't wearing my shirt. To be fair, I had moved my suitcase and couldn't find my shirt.
I don't think I gave you shit.
Gave me a little bit.
Oh.
Gave me a little bit.
So
I didn't know when to wear mine because one, it was given to me last minute, and two, I was cosplaying the whole weekend. So I was like, when do I wear this?
So, okay, one last question for everybody. We're going to start in reverse order, so that means I'm going first. Favorite cosplay you saw? So I'm going to go first. And, fudge shit. It's there. It's James. Freaking James.
Which one?
Falcon.
He was Captain America.
Yeah. He did it last year, but I think he made like slight improvements. It just felt like everything popped more.
So he made a lot of improvements to it this year because I got to help. It was fun. He definitely had a lot more fun with it this year than he did last year.
Which I'm glad. But, him, James, Megan, Carly, Jocelyn, all in that Marvel vs. DC shoot. That was dope. You guys saw that photo. That was cool. Jocelyn was Loki. Carly was Scarlet Witch. Shit, sorry. Megan was Hela, and James was Captain America Falcon.
So you know what's funny about that photo shoot? The thing with Scarlet Witch is that she pretty much covers every topic that they were shooting for. So the anti-hero, the daddy issues, the good evil, the anti-hero. I think I said anti-hero, but
They
like
had
the
a
villain.
they had a daddy's issue line.
Yeah, because it was Marvel versus DC, and there were a lot of Marvel versus DC who had daddy issues, I guess.
Wait,
Um,
Scarlet Witch has daddy issues?
I mean, her
Yeah,
mom did, though.
they fucking died. like in a like they got bombed on. Like
Her
they
father's
were
also
orphans.
Magneto
Yeah,
on
they were.
storyline.
Okay,
They were-
okay. I was thinking MCU only. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
okay.
So was I.
Yeah.
My brain was like, "Oh, did you
It
see
took me a
Tony
second.
Stark? Because he doesn't have daddy issues anymore. He just doesn't have a daddy."
Yeah, no, a lot of them were orphans. Like the ones that were in the daddy issues, they were orphaned characters.
At least all those fuckers are rich.
Tony. There was a Tony Stark in the photo shoot as well.
So Carly, favorite. I said
Paul.
reverse order, but Paul. Fine. Paul, favorite cosplay you saw?
I can't really remember, but I do have a picture of a good one. Hold on, let me make sure I can get this in there good. Yay, nay.
You could
I'll
see it,
have
but
to
I don't
send
know what it
AJ
is.
The picture
What is it?
right after I send it to Susie.
So Paul, what's the cosplay?
It's a dude wearing a T-shirt of a fusion of Nina and the dog.
Fuck you.
Okay.
All right.
I.
Metal Alchemist.
Fuck you.
What about the dog? The dog's okay, right?
No.
The dog's fine, right? They don't kill dogs.
Yeah, they do.
It's the only thing I know from that freaking show. It's the only thing I know. That's so fucked.
Stars like die. I'll put you out of your misery. Die. Oh.
Well, continue talking about it, Paul. Why was it your favorite cosplay? Just because it was fucked up?
Mainly because pretty much anytime I see anything involving that, which having seen the first Full Metal,
All has to trigger Susie. with it.
well, it kind of triggers me. So I gotta share the pain.
Well, and it's on our screen right now.
Yeah, I'm working on getting it pulled up so that y'all can share my misery.
Yeah.
All right.
Misery loves company.
All right, Carly, it's your turn now.
So this is the first one.
Is that from Diablo?
I believe so. Yes.
That's Lilith. Or
Yeah, that's the
Diablo.
main villain of 4.
I think she won a prize for the cosplay competition.
Oh, I'm glad she did, because that was freaking fantastic. Just the complexity of her cosplay.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that I just thought was really dope. It's from Gundam.
There
This
you go,
guy-
guys. You can enjoy my pain. Will needs to move.
Okay.
Oh, well, he's wearing the jacket. Yeah. Did you put it as your background, Susie?
Yes, I did.
That is
Y'all had to
awful.
torture me twice with it. Y'all get to get tortured with me.
It
Yeah.
hurts so much.
You're welcome.
All right, Rob, it's your go.
Oh, I saw so many good ones. I actually took pictures this year. I never take pictures of people.
Yeah.
This
You don't want to be weird, but
this year I decided to be weird, and I'm so glad I did.
Oh, you cannot be weird when literally Hayden buys smut and then reads smut out in the open in our room.
I feel
yeah,
like at that
yeah.
point Hayden just wanted to be awkward.
No, that's just Hayden. Hayden's a weeb.
I mean,
So I
as long
think
as he's not,
Stop
I
it.
think he's
Stop
pretty
it,
good.
Paul.
I think I have to go with I'm split. There's two. The first is Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
not
have it on the
happening.
screen.
Just
No.
tell us who it is.
It is a Voldemort with the prosthetics on his face.
Ah,
Oh, I
yes.
saw that one.
That,
Yeah.
that was really good. And he had the mannerisms of him, too.
Yeah. And my next is the gorilla with the Hooters outfit on.
Was he hanging out with all the girls that were dressed as Hooter waitresses, too?
And
He
a couple
must
of
have
guys
been.
dressed as Hooter waitresses.
Those were guys?
Those
There
were
were a couple
guys.
guys too.
Holy shit,
There-
that was convincing.
There were a couple girls and a couple guys dressed as Hooters waitresses.
You
And I
know?
think they were all unrelated to each other.
Could have Yeah, I'm not going there. Hey, Susie, favorite
It-
cosplay? Because I just took a turn.
You do that quite frequently.
Turn around. Something,
now and
something,
then.
something.
Every now and then I get a little bit low.
I like how we're trying to kill time so Susie can think of her favorite cosplay.
Oh yeah, that's totally it.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the fact that your brain went to the gutter.
Stop. Oh, stop.
Honestly, I'd have to say my favorite cosplay would either be Jocelyn's Loki or Carly's Scarlet Witch.
She supports
Aw.
friendship in this podcast.
But she didn't say yours.
He just turns around, shrugs his shoulders.
I know what I'm about.
Ow, that hurts.
I mean, she's married to him, so
Has the
He's always my first choice.
Like, I thought his costume looked dope as hell. I just was surprised on how long the purple got stuck on him. Freaking grimace over
For
there.
half the con, he looked like someone got punched in the face.
Susie is...
What?
The thing is, Susie threatened him on that, too. I can hit you. And I can just blame the paint.
Did. She did.
Like, I almost had to call Will Protective Services because, Susie was, threatening violence.
Will
Really not
Protective
threatening
Services.
What's up, Gary?
It's okay. Next year, I'm doing a Honkai My Star Toy Rail cosplay.
Not a common writer. Get hard.
Jesus. Paul.
That was
Oh,
a
wait, no,
reach.
what is it? Got hard?
Got charred.
Got charred.
So, fuck. Will, what was your favorite cosplay that you saw?
I'm gonna say it's 3, because technically there was at this one point where me, Rob, and Mikey are waiting for our panel, and all these League of Legends jinxes come out of like the cosplay repair room, and they start doing the Spider-Man pointing to each other meme,
I have that picture.
and that was my best cosplay moment.
All right, everybody. Outside of all of us, who's staying for Ragnarok? 'Cause I know it's me. I know it's Rob.
I think that's it.
That's just us two?
Yeah, I haven't played it yet.
All
Also, I
right.
don't have a PlayStation.
I would hang around but I gotta poop.
I never actually got around to finishing it.
Wow. Carly, where can people find you?
You can find me at Iris Gajira Designs on Instagram. My handle is right there. I don't know if it's up or down for you guys, but
So it's
Um,
literally Irish Gojira Designs. Capital I,
Yes.
capital G, capital D, all in
well,
order.
well, it doesn't. The capitals don't matter because it automatically lowercases it when you do the search.
Right. All right, Paul, where can people find... Rob, where can people find... I'm kidding. Paul, where can people find you?
Existing somewhere.
No, I don't even want to do that anymore.
Jesus.
No. That took a turn. Left turn. All right, Rob.
Right turn into the wall.
You can't find me.
Carly, breathe.
Carly, you're turning red. I'm concerned.
And it's not sunburn. Okay, Rob,
Medical
where can
assistant
people find
won't be
you?
there for 4 hours.
You can't find me.
What?
Where can't we find you?
You can't find me.
Well, where are we
Okay.
at? Where we can find him?
He disappeared.
He's
He
there,
just
behind the
fucking
couch.
disappeared.
I did.
The episode's not over yet.
I did.
All right, Suze,
Oh,
where can
I'm
people
back.
find Jesus? Rob, hi. Susie, where can people find you?
We're actually gonna do Will first. Will, where can people find you?
Honking on stars till they rail.
That sounded dirty.
Should.
Oh my.
It was originally
Oh my.
by Mike Lantieri, so it should.
my.
Well, that. Yeah. Yep. All right, Suze, what about you?
You can find me brainstorming for my panel for next year, as well as coming up with ways to expand our audience.
Yes, that's coming down the pipeline. Hopefully soon.
I have an idea or two. So
Oh shit.
Oh, message me.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, so all the people that aren't gonna be doing God of War can get the fuck out. And when we come back, it'll be me and Rob talking about God of War Ragnarok. So
You know, you could ask us nicely to leave.
No, he can't.
we'll be right back, everybody.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Hey there, I'm John St. John, and you are watching the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast.
right now.
Yep, you
All
are
right.
live, my friend.
Yay. Welcome to Nerds Doing Nerd Things. I'm Rob, and with me is AJ. And
Hi,
today
everybody.
I have to host because AJ is doing some editing from the last video.
No. It's the same video. It's just I have to now crop everything down to us.
Oh, great. So there's a bunch of like things all around the screen. Cool.
Not at all. Not anymore.
All right. Well, today we're talking about God of War Ragnarok. The sequel to the 2018 game called God of War, because, you know, Santa Monica hates numbers. Couldn't have been God of War 4 and 5 or 17 and 30, whatever the frick we're on by now. And in this game, we get boy and dad
And a lot.
fighting
of-
Asgard and everything in between him. This is I'd like to say this is God of War at its best.
Yes, I 100% agree with that.
Like there aren't as many big huge monsters as there were in the Greek saga. Like you're not fighting the Hydra, you're not even getting the dragons really. But it's all more character driven
Yeah.
for it. And that's something we didn't really get in the previous games. We have gotten so much character in this game, and my mind was blown with what they did with everything.
There is so much character development, not just with Kratos and fuck it.
Yes.
Thank you, Atreus. You have Freya. You have
The Huldra brothers.
yes. And then you got Tyr coming into it. Thor. I felt like Thor had the most character development from the beginning of the game to the end of the game.
I felt so much of Thor throughout this entire thing because his story was just it hit hard.
And it doesn't end the way you expect. We're not gonna go into spoilers unless Rob, you want to talk about spoilers?
Kinda.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So it starts out with the, as always, the huge action set piece of Kratos versus a god. And it refamiliarizes you with all of his weapons, and we're in the middle of what is it?
Thimbleweed.
Fimbulvinter. And all your awesome stuff from the previous games are gone because Fimbulwinter has worn them all down.
And that's a good way for the game to be like, hey, that's why you don't have any of your shit from the last game.
Yeah, rather than the excuse of every other previous game. Oh, it's because we tried to kill Kratos, but now he's back down to his previous thing.
Jesus,
This time they didn't have to kill Kratos.
Jesus Christ, is Freya pissed?
Freya's pissed.
Like pissed. Holy shit!
I love the way they do the Vanaheim gods.
Yes.
They have them being rebels, and a rebel faction that's barely holding on. And I wasn't too keen on Skid Blatnir.
Okay.
I wanted Skid Blatnir to be bigger. But I get why they made it small. One dude made it. But the twists that happened in this game were beyond anything I was expecting.
If we're gonna jump forward, which we can go back and forth, we're expecting people to have at least played the game, watched the game, or whatever. I was not expecting Tyr to be Odin at all.
Neither was I.
Did not expect that. And what a masterful job for Odin to do that. You know, he's literally behind enemy lines, shape-shifting as the person that they were looking for, and just figured out everything. Basically, he was a step ahead because he already knew what they were planning.
And to go into a little bit of his motivations, I had touched upon this in the previous episode a little, but there's a layer of irony here that Kratos technically knew what Odin wanted to know. What happens to gods after they die?
Yep.
And technically he knows, because the vision of Athena that he's been seeing in the previous game isn't a vision. That's just her. She's in a higher dimension and she can interact with the lower world. I don't know why she's only doing it to Kratos. I think just to torment him because he took out Olympus or something.
Yeah, it's kind of where I would go with that as well. Just to torment them. And that's a hell of a line from Kratos from the first one. I am no longer your monster. Oh, like Christopher Judge,
and
even in this, kills it.
In this game, he proves he is no longer their monster. He is Atreus's monster.
Yeah. Yep.
Or Loki's monster.
So, Rob, I got a question for you. At
Yeah.
the end of the 2018 God of War, you see the tapestry that kind of tells the future, and it's taken several different ways. What did you think of how Atreus took it, and what do you think about how Kratos took it? And then, when the realization came of what it actually was, how did you take it?
Um, I thought Kratos was right on the money. I thought he was going to die here, and Loki was going to become the new God of War.
Yep.
There was a moment where I'm like, that guy kind of looks like Brock. And I'm thinking, no, it can't. They won't kill Brock. He's too much of a side
Oh,
character.
it still hurts.
Oh, it hurts so much.
Still hurts.
And when they did kill Brock like that,
It felt
I
earned.
thought-
It felt earned.
it felt earned, but then I'm like, oh no, it is going to be Kratos. They're definitely going to kill Kratos in this. Because then that will set up Sindri to try and kill Atreus.
And it felt earned is basically, this is what pushes now the whole crew over the edge instead of just Kratos and Atreus. Everybody's now over the edge and wanting to kill Odin.
Yeah, no one's fence sitting.
Nope, not at all. Because I think Brock and Sindri, Brock not really, but I feel like Sindri didn't want in. Like he's gonna help them, just
Sindri was only in it for Atreus.
Yeah. And holy shit, Brock heard the Loki line coming from Tyr, and immediately like, "What are you talking about? That's Atreus. Nobody calls him Loki." And that's when everything spirals down. And I thought that was a masterpiece of how
I stopped breathing.
I thought it was a masterpiece of writing, of directing, and how the camera just, and you see it all happen, and it could literally be a movie, and I would still, oh, it's so good, Rob. Like
Yeah,
it killed me, but
so the moment that he holds up the marble to take his soul. Atreus holds up the marble to take Odin's soul. I'm like, oh, that's how it gets done. And then he gets sunned by a dwarf.
Yep.
Just ping. I'm like, oh, that sucks even harder for you.
And what's really ironic is you see within the first 5 minutes of the game him do the Atreus do this exact same thing, and now you realize it's foreshadowing what's going to happen later. Because it seems like the beginning of these God of War games, especially the newer ones, that it has to start with an animal's death within the first 10 or 15 minutes. But boy, even that alone killed me. And Atreus turning into a bear was like, the fuck? Almost killed the
bear
son.
is from their mythology.
I know, but I wasn't expecting it at all. And what did you think? What was your favorite storyline throughout this game? Because there is
a lot.
Very much so.
So many. My favorite storyline. I think it's gonna have to be Brock's.
Okay.
Because the revelation that he was resurrected made so much sense. That explains why he looks like a Draugr.
Yeah.
That's why he has the Drauggr's blue skin. And just the one line that did it for me is, it is not the form of a thing that matters, it is its nature.
Such a great line.
That line, I've never heard it before, and I've never really heard it echoed. I've maybe heard it some rhyme of it before, but having it hit like that, it meant something. And then having Kratos use it against his fears to alleviate them. That's just like, oh my god. That hit every emotion I wanted it to.
Yeah.
So, and what about you? What was yours? Oh, he is distracted.
Very much so, because the dude on a ATV going down the road.
Oh, I hate those people.
Oh,
I got them right up the
God.
road here too.
Yeah. So my favorite storyline, and I hate to be that guy, Rob. You know I hate to be this guy.
Do it.
Two.
Yeah.
Thor, from when we first see him as a drunk idiot to where he ends up, unfortunately dying. A complete 180 of his character, and it's such an amazing sight because you see him by the end of it, right when he's about to die, that he's back with his family. You know, he's fighting for the reason basically why Kratos is fighting, to protect his kid.
Yeah.
And my second one, I think you hit it really on the head with Brock and Sindri. Because as much as I don't want Brock to die, I really didn't. For him to die, to make us feel what we felt, and to then see Sindri go through his character change, whether that's for better or for worse, I don't think they're making another one after this, because I think they wanted to keep it as two. But if they make a third one, and it's for the most part Atreus's game, I am very much okay with that. But Sindri just pulls your heart out as a character, because, you know, I have two brothers. I would literally do whatever I can, like basically the same concept, and just fuck, dude. It's a video game, but it doesn't look real, but it gives you real feelings.
Yeah. Speaking of sequels,
Dun dun dun.
I have no idea if there is going to be a sequel, like a direct sequel.
Mm-hmm.
But I know where they would go if they had to do another sequel, or at least starting up a new level like they did with 2018.
Yep.
And that's Atreus's quest for the giants.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is he might go back to Greece, or go to Greece, because all the games are linked. Even Greece and Midgard, because all the races are the same. The Titans and the Giants are the same race. They both came out of that same primordial morass. Kronos came out of that morass,
Yeah.
and birthed his race, same as Ymir. However, there were two basically big ones. Ymir formed Asgard. Erebos formed Greece. And then they had the Titans lift up his corpse so it no longer was drowning. And that formed the underworld. So I see Atreus going to Greece to pick up the Titan souls. And maybe going to Egypt, because there are primordial gods in Egypt, just like there were in Greece and Midgard.
Yeah.
So
another
that's where we can take it.
Another character who I feel like had to deal with a lot of his own demons was Mimir too.
So many.
Unchaining the gigantic turtle-looking island. You know, he's trying to pay for his own, you know, I guess crimes, or whatever you want to call them, sins. There, thank you. And while we get like shades of the old games, Rob, I don't know if you remember when it's Kratos and Freya, and Kratos finally opens up and talks about Calliope and his wife, because I think Freya makes a comment of like, you don't know how it feels to lose a son or a child.
That line, I'm just like, oh, you're about to get taught.
Oh, I was playing the game and be like, bitch, please listen to this shit. And, you know, I don't know if they end up together, dating, or whatever, but you definitely see that respect back by the end of the game between the two. And for anybody watching, if this is your first time watching Nerds Doing Nerd Things, we do a lot of reviews on movies and games, but I think the 2018 and Ragnarok, these are two games that if you can't get into playing them, go watch the game movie. They are phenomenal, phenomenal games. Rob basically just lit a fire under me to play it again. I'm literally, I don't know, a couple hours in on my second playthrough, and still loving it. Even though I know what's coming, it's still so much fun.
That Heimdall fight becomes so cathartic. Love just seeing his face go. What? What? You punched me. You earned it.
Yeah. So, Rob, is there anything else you want to touch upon when it comes to God of War Ragnarok that we haven't hit yet?
Were there any realms that you wanted to see more of that we didn't see in either of the games? Because I definitely wanted to see more Niflheim.
Niflheim's a good one. As much as we were already there for the culmination and a little bit of Atreus's journey, I would have loved to go to Asgard with Kratos and explore, throughout the game.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's so big of a realm, which it is, but you only get, as Kratos, the end.
You only get the wall and Asgard itself.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I loved going as Atreus, but I just wanted to get a little bit in there, especially with that conversation that Odin, Thor, and Kratos had. Hey, we'll let bygones be bygones. I'll keep Freya off your back. I kind of wanted to see. Granted, it does not play it for Kratos at all the way he is. To be like, yeah. So could I see Asgard?
Yeah.
But no, I just wanted to see more of it because while you were there and it was awesome, you're just basically at the wall, and then basically at the end of the fight.
Yeah. There's not much to it.
Yeah.
And I didn't think there'd be much to Vanaheim. They showed so much of Vanaheim.
Yeah, it was nuts.
And we only got this little glimpse of Asgard and Niflheim.
What did you think of seeing parts of realms that you remember from 2018 again?
I loved Muspelheim.
Yeah.
Especially the gap to the primordial beginning where all the giants were formed.
Nail head.
And looking down and just seeing like the point of origin, I'm just like, oh my god, that looks so damn cool. And they form Mega Ultra Doomsday Man. I forget his name. Ragnarok. Jesus Christ. They form Ragnarok.
And what's really cool about that is he basically sacrifices himself because he doesn't want to endanger his girlfriend. Yeah, his wife. Okay. But answer me this. Did they basically set Ragnarok in motion and then try to stop Ragnarok? Because you end up fighting him too.
Yeah, and they end up killing Freya's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was needed. He was needed at that fight. He kept Thor busy.
Okay.
After Jormungandr was flung back in time, he was needed to stall Thor. Otherwise, Thor would have gone down or gone down from the wall and attacked Kratos and Atreus.
All right, Rob. Well, I don't know if we have a. I don't have a lot more to go. What else do you have?
So the stories in this one, like the little sled stories and such.
Yep.
Mimir's Tales. I think I like these more than the 2018 version.
Just the side quests in 2018.
Yeah, the side quests in 2018, they were a bit bland. Go here, fetch this thing. Go here, fetch that thing. And they were all for weapon upgrades. Whereas in this one, they did shit. Like, you could go off and just free 2 giant jellyfish sky monsters. And then once you did, the entire skybox changes.
Yeah.
And it completely changes the feel of an area. Same with the Dwarven realm in the turtle.
I felt good doing that one.
Yeah, it felt better than just the random make work quest, essentially, in the first game or the previous game. So they really upped the production value on those quests, and the tales that Mimir tells, and Kratos tells, because he gets more talkative in this game, to both Freya, Mimir, and Atreus. Finally getting out of his shell. I don't know who the writer was for just these side conversations were, but
Guy needs a raise.
I watch just the compilations of those sometimes. And I love them. Do you have a particularly favorite story?
Honestly, I mentioned it earlier, and I kind of alluded to it again. I felt really good that we were helping Mimir, pay back his sins. And when you unchain that turtle, I felt good doing it. What about you, Rob?
The freeing, the killing of the essentially this game's version of the Valkyrie fights.
Okay.
Because that gives you the backstory to Mimir's romance. With I believe it was Groa. No, not Groa. Groa was
2018.
Sigarda.
Was it the
one?
It
was the lead Valkyrie.
Not the one that he sleeps with at the end of the game, right?
Yeah, the one that he sleeps with at the end of the game.
Okay. Yeah, you're right then.
Yeah, because those villages, they were all tied up in that plot. And I loved just the stories behind them. Okay, this guy was an absolute bastard. This one was a cannibal. And it's like, oh man, the things that because this is all actual lore from the Danes. Like, these are actual Danish people. Fun fact, the guy at the end of the story, the one who's trying to pull the coin out of the wall, that was the first king of the Danes.
Seriously?
In our timeline, his name is the same as the first king of the Danes, and the best part is he was crowned king of the Danes because he supposedly he was given a bag of coins from Odin, a bag of gold from Odin. So he is crowned king of the Danes because he finds 2 coins in the wall that were made by Odin.
That's pretty funny. He basically was like, huh, I'm king now.
Well, I mean, what do you... Oh, is that from Odin? Oh, he's king now.
All right, Rob, what else you got?
I'm not feeling much else here.
I'm kind of tapped out, but people need to go play this game. It's been out for 2 years now? 2 years and a half? Yeah, okay. It's a fucking blast.
Yeah,
Start
you can only
to finish.
you can only talk about it so much. You need to experience this game.
Yeah, and I think that's a pretty good place to stop and basically do it. We have Carly in the chat saying she can't wait to play it. She's just has to wait for it to come out for computer, which shouldn't be too long. It should maybe be.
Ratchet and Clank just came out. On
I saw
PC.
that. I was like, holy shit! They deep cut on that one.
Love that game too.
Yeah, that's another one that I need to play. It shouldn't be too long. Maybe another 6 months or maybe another year. Who knows? PlayStation wants you to buy it on the system first, obviously.
Timed exclusives.
Yeah.
They're a bitch, but PC Master Race.
But Rob, thanks for doing this the last 2 weeks. I had a lot of fun talking about 2018 and the stuff way before it. Way going back to 2005. Like I was 12 years old. 12 years old. Ouch. Ow.
I experienced these games when I was 22. Yeah, 22.
So you're a little later. But holy shit. 2018 and I think Ragnarok are my favorites out of the series, mostly because those were the first two that I actually played. And I've gone back, but I enjoy the fighting style and the way it's presented in 2018 and in 2022, 2021, one of the two. I think. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in to both our ConnectiCon episode and our God of War Ragnarok. Kind of like a mixed bag today. Actually, a lot of fun. We took out about a good hour and 15 minutes, and it's been an absolute blast. Thanks to Paul, thanks to Carly for joining us. It's been a long time since we've seen them. More longer for Paul, but Rob's always here. Susie and Will are always here. I'm AJ. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button and subscribe. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham.